YouTubers, what is going on? It is I, Vinny Chill. Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Commerce of Comics. Of course, I'm joined tonight by Chris, as always. Chris, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Busy at work. We're coming out of this. Everyone's showing back up to the office, but we got
Yep,
time for the fans.
that's right. We are recording late at night again, and we are talking about some more Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. So you guys out there might remember we did a part one of Spider-Verse back in January, said we'd be back again to talk about some more. So here we are 6 months later, dropping Spider-Verse part two on you. And yeah, so without further ado, let's start by a little virtual cheers.
So,
You know, I have not done a little nugget of wisdom in a while, but that is pretty delicious. So that is some homemade seltzer with the Soda Stream, with some Smirnoff red, white, and berry vodka, and some G Fuel. Uh, so, all joking aside out there, kids, we are now less than 48 hours away from the big event. Of course, we're talking about Silver City Con, where you, in just a few short hours, can grab some G Fuel of your own. We're going to have a ton of giveaways there. They're giving us a bunch of free tubs, free samples, free shakers to hand out. We are going to have prizes. We're going to have raffles. We're going to be giving away some posters, comic related. We're going to have comic books by the ton. We're going to have a raffle for all new subscribers to the channel. So scan that QR code on your way in. And this is just going to be a great event. We've got, well, you know the drill by now. We've got over a dozen vendors. We've got the place packed to capacity with vendor tables. We're going to have the fine people of Craft Witch Food Truck there serving up some great food. Chris and I are going to be emceeing the event. We are going to have some ice cold beverages for you. So wet your whistle. We're going to have some soda, some water. It's July. It's going to be hot. So place will be air conditioned though, so don't you worry. There will be air conditioning, and it's just going to be a great time. Everything's coming together. We have a waiting list, so there will be a second event at some point. Looking at early 2022. You've probably seen the flyers by now in your local LCS. It's a little redundant, and you've seen the signs on the road, perhaps if you're around Central Connecticut. And yeah, just come on down Silver City Hall, 680 Old Colony Road, Meriden, Connecticut, this Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And biggest announcement probably of all, the first 200 people to walk in the door are going to get a free comic book from Alternate Universe. Now, I just picked up those comics last week from Alternate Universe, and my lips are sealed. So, Chris, you don't even know what the comic is that's being given away.
we're not
But
getting them. They're for the fans, man.
that's true. That is
Doesn't matter.
true. They're all for you. So I think you guys are going to be pleased. They also have a coupon, so you're going to have a discount at the store, and also getting a raffle prize too. So we're going to have a bunch of raffles for you. So come on down, 99-cent admission, 12 and under get in for free. And I promise you, this will be the last time for months that we talk about it, because you're probably sick of us starting every episode with this. But without further ado, let's talk some Spider-Verse.
All right, man. I was pumped when you said we're going to do a little Spider-Man because, I mean, you know, we had Marvel finally got back into the theaters, you know. well, no spoilers, no anything. But I mean, with all due respect to Black Widow, not the spider I want. So, and,
Well,
the good folks at
yeah, yeah.
Lego just dropped off my Daily Bugle, and me and my little guy have just laid the foundation here. So a little Aunt May make some pancakes for old Petey. So super pumped to do a Spider-Man episode because it's just
Awesome.
it's one of my faves, man. So all
That
right.
is good pastime. I think your little guy is going to look back on that with fond memories. And who knows? You might like it too much. You might want to get buried with it. Just like shove it on in the casket or something. I don't know.
This is inheritance. This one's for you, little guy.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm happy too. We got a lot of good movies. I mean, Loki just wrapped up. Saw Black Widow opening night at the theater. But I got to tell you, really looking forward to both great, especially Loki. Love the run there. Too short, in my opinion. But Spider-Man, got my fingers crossed that it's going to be big. And we've got some spec for you in this episode related to that movie. So here we go.
A lot of rumors. All right, I'll start off. Let me see. What I think is one big villain. For Spider-Man, everyone thinks about the first. I don't know, was about 19 issues or so. But one character that we know did very well already was the Kingpin. I think this is undervalued. Spider-Man 50. So I would go out and try to get this. I was lucky enough to get a 7.5 here. I know the book has spiked, but it's not anywhere near the some of the spec for some of the other villains. I mean, even honestly, I think Mysterio's still pulling bigger numbers than Kingpin. And we know Vincent D'Onofrio killed it in the Punisher series and Daredevil series, or actually just Daredevil series. And Vincent D'Onofrio wants to play the character, wants to be in the theater, wants to be in the MCU. Charlie Cox is rumored to be somehow in the Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man 3. So, I mean, I think Kingpin's a great get. And this is one of the few books that the villain is not on the cover. But, I mean, this is an iconic cover. I mean, even like I said, this is 7.5, a little beat up. I mean, this you don't get better than this for the wall, really, honestly. How many times has this cover been swiped, everything like that. So I say that's my, expensive spec.
I mean, you can't go wrong. Vincent D'Onofrio is great. He wants to still be in the MCU. They'd be stupid not to bring him back. He is a top, echelon actor. Just recently had a birthday this month, so shout out to him. And yeah, I mean, spoiler, rumors are abound for the movie, but yeah, especially Daredevil, Charlie Cox going to be in the first act of the movie, I'm hearing, being Peter Parker's attorney. He's on trial for the death of Mysterio from the end of the second movie. And so that's how he'll come into play. May or may not see him in costume. He might just be as the lawyer. But there's also another rumor out there that he's going to appear as Daredevil and be in a different costume than he had in the Netflix show. So we'll see.
Here's for the stinger scene, man.
I guess I'll start with, and before we get any further, just want to say, stick around, or if you find us boring, you might want to fast forward to the end of the episode. Chris and I are going to drop some artwork on you. We both have some comic art that we've been collecting for years, and Chris has more than I do, but we wanted to show you guys a little bit of the Spider-Verse related artwork. And stay tuned. Not long from now, we're going to do a whole episode dedicated to some of the comic artwork that we've collected over the years. And another quick little preview, join us next time for X-Men episode, right? I think we said we're going to do X-Men next.
Sure, we'll start digging out some books.
All right. Well, they just had Planet-Size X-Men, and then the Hickman run ended. The new volume, X-Men #1, just started after Planet-Size. So yeah, turn the page, new chapter. So it's fitting, it's time to do an X-Men episode. So stay tuned next time for that. My big book of the night. Last episode, we of course did Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales. So for my big book for tonight, I'm doing Cindy Moon, Silk. So here you go. You've got a 9/8 here. Got this, I don't know, a year and a half ago, maybe. And it's definitely gone up like everything else since then. But I think there's a lot more room to run. Now, I'm currently reading the new Silk volume. I think issue 4 is the last one. It's been great so far, and there's gonna be a show on Prime Video by Amazon. So this has even more room to run. Love to see her somehow worked into the MCU at some point, but Cindy Moon is going to be involved, and it's really just getting started. So go grab this book before it leaves the stratosphere.
Yeah, man. I got lucky. Went to my LCS when they first opened up from the pandemic closures, and that was the first slab I bought, 9/8, just like you got. Screaming deal now. I mean, but who knew the books were going to do what they're doing? But yeah,
Right.
Awesome character. Got her own series now, and they just hired the showrunner, I think, for it like a week ago or so. So
Nice.
we'll see. Good things coming. Let me see. What am I gonna go with? Keep the Spider-Verse, and she did Silk. I'm gonna go with book has definitely caught some heat, but Marvel Spotlight 32. First, Jessica Drew, right? Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman. So this is her, in her original costume. This has been a wall book for a while, but I don't know, just a pretty sweet cover. She has been cast, I believe, the voice cast for the Spider-Verse movie, or
Yep.
the second Spider-Verse movie, I should say. And number one you had on another haul video.
Yep.
They're all pretty cool covers. This is her first though. This one just came from the presser, and it's gonna go to CGC. Maybe we'll do a little video about that. The things we're dropping off. We are gonna go to Terrificon, so come say hi.
That's right.
And that's probably the first show with CGC, CBCS, and some artists and things like that. So we're gonna show what we're doing there. But I think this book. She's a strong character. She's definitely getting more play in the comics, getting some solo series, things like that. If they do Secret Invasion, she, I don't know, I don't want to spoil it, but has a big role in Secret Invasion. So I would try to grab this now. It's still steep, but you can get definitely a nice 8.0, which I'm hoping this turns into, for a few $100, really, maybe 4 or 5. So. I don't know. I think it's a good grab though, considering what everybody else is. See what the Miles books are doing. Even the 9/8 Silk is probably a $500 book now, I think. So I think
probably. I honestly have not looked at that for a while. I just know that I got it close to $100, which it's never going to be that low ever again. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, we'll see. But yeah.
Yeah, probably. I hope.
I think everyone. I think the viewers out there need to know too. Like we're not. I guess we're gonna sell some books here or there, but we have a raffle going on our show. But most of these things, this is my only copy. Just glad to have it. Getting it graded for the PC. Gonna go on the wall. Maybe eventually, hey, you trade up for something else. But we're pretty much collectors just like you guys. So we're just trying to so throw some ideas out there. We're not trying to push books, things like that. So.
That's exactly right. I mean, there are
Once
some books that I'm, willing to sell, trying to sell. Those are more like new ones, variant covers, stuff like that. I do have a few older books where I have duplicate copies where, I'm comfortable selling one. But a lot of what we talk about, I'm talking like probably 90% of what we talk about is stuff that's in the personal collection that's never going to be sold. And we like to show you guys out there that we have skin in the game. So we're not just, talking about books that we don't own. We just look through Key Collector and, we're actually talking about the books that you can either see behind us or we've got in long boxes, sitting in our man caves and stuff. So yeah.
Just trying to save you money so you can get more comics.
Isn't that the goal? So you just did Jessica Drew. I'm going to follow that up with a twofer. and I know you're going to do a twofer in a little bit, so I'm going to pull these out now. Also, Raw might actually get one of them graded, but this is Secret Wars from way back in the 80s, and of course, I changed the angle of the camera for this episode, but you can see right there I've got number 8 in a graded 9.6. This is 6 and 7, so this is the first cameo, first full of another Spider-Woman, Carpenter. And so I don't know.
Julia Carpenter.
Julia Carpenter. Thank you. I had a brain fart for a split second, and I was like, "What the hell?" Yeah. So these books I just got pretty recently at a local comic shop, and they're not expensive at all. I mean, you go get them graded in a 9.0 or higher. Yeah, it's going to run you some money, especially number 7. But I was able to get both of these for under $15, and I think they're very fine. They're not mint or near mint, but I'd say they're very fine.
Nice. Let's see. I'm gonna dig deep in here, and here we go. Amazing Spider-Man 365. Little John Romita Sr. signature on this one, on my copy. But I don't know. This book's out there. They're still kind of in $5-10 range for decent copies. I know some of the newsstands, if they're graded high, they're starting to go for a few $100s, things like that. Still get it. Pretty cool copy. I mean, 90s goodness with the hologram, little Amazing Fantasy 15. I mean, I think there's like an error book out there. It's a fortune, but I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 2099, he's coming in one way or the other. I mean, they've already alluded to him at the end of the first Spider-Verse movie. So, just how far are they going to take it? So I like this book. I mean, you can definitely get a nice copy for $20 tops. So.
I do want to just drop another plug here while we're going along and just say that it was actually the Spider-Verse episode part 1 that we did in January, which go back and watch it, episode 14, I believe, where we talked about doing in the future an episode where we're talking about, is it better to buy a slab versus buying a raw book, hopefully on the cheap, getting it pressed, cleaned, and then graded, and what works out to be the best situation. And so we still have to do that episode, but you just mentioned that you were planning on doing that with one of those books. And my next book to follow up on Spider-Man 2099 is this book, which is Scarlet Spider. So you've got here Spider-Man 149, and this is first appearance of Peter Parker's clone, Ben Reilly, who becomes Scarlet Spider. I was able to get this really cheap, like dirt cheap. It's not in the greatest condition, but it does have a smudge on it, and I'm hoping that that can maybe get, in the pressing and the cleaning, that can hopefully be, cleaned up a little bit. But I don't know. I'd be happy with maybe a 7 if this came back in a 7, but I don't know. For me, it's, I don't know if it's necessary to go out and try to get a better copy. This is kind of good enough for my collection. But yeah, so it's just it's good to have. I know you're still looking for this, and maybe you'll find one in a couple days from now at Silver City Con.
I'm hoping so. So I don't want to slab, but we're gonna see what we get, right? Let me see. All right, one of my personal favorites. I talked about wanting this book in one of our previous episodes, and went through some of the other kind of ancillary or connected characters in Spider-Verse, but you gotta get Spider-Ham, man. So big shout out to my wife. The birthday present. Nice newsstand edition, Marvel Tales, Tails, real play on words there. And Spider-Ham, I mean, you talk to anybody who's seen it, everyone loves Spider-Ham. Kids love Spider-Ham. I think that it's a matter of time until, they do a little bit more with him. I see him get his own, they're doing Disney Plus cartoon shows.
Isn't it John Mulaney? Like in the Spider-Verse movie, wasn't it John Mulaney as his voice?
I think you're right.
Yeah. Hilarious.
I mean, just a fun character. I don't know. Just as far as Spider-Verse goes, it's just insane. I just love it. So super happy to have a nice high-grade copy, newsstands, and added bonus. And, and there's all these other anthropomorphic characters in here, Goose Rider and Captain America cat, and I forget what is Hulk Bunny. I forget. Hulk, I don't know. Oh, just Hulk Bunny. Says right there. So, if I say go get it, one of these newsstand editions, 9.6. You know, everyone's looking for that. I mean, maybe a couple $100 for a real nice high grade book. I mean, as far as Spider-Verse stuff goes, real nice wall book to me. And I think just, you know, nice addition for any Spider-Man collection. A must have.
Oh no, definitely. All right, for my next book, I've got Amazing Spider-Man 312. And again, this is something that's you can get in for a few bucks, not breaking the bank. This is the first confrontation, as you can see there on the cover, between Green Goblin and Hobgoblin. So this is going to dovetail with the book I'll talk about next. But, you know, it's only a matter of time. We've got probably, I mean, well, Ned Leeds is already in the MCU. There's rumors abound about, Willem Dafoe coming back, reprising the role of Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, in this upcoming Spider-Man movie in a couple months. So if we see that version or a new version of Norman Osborn and Green Goblin, then you have to figure at some point they're going to bring in Hobgoblin. And again, this book is a key issue, classic standoff there, and a couple bucks, but, you know, don't know if this is ever going to go higher than, 50 or even 25, but if you can get it for $2, then why not?
You never know. It's got Moon Knight in the corner there.
That's true. This is not a newsstand. That's true.
Everyone loves Moon Knight.
Oscar Isaac.
Let me see what I got here. All right, kind of my last book. There was some spec on this character coming in, Speedball. This is Amazing Spider-Man Annual 22. I grabbed this slab. People probably might think I'm insane, but I grabbed this a long time ago because I was a huge Civil War fan. I was just, Speedball, as everyone knows, is the boy who started the Civil War in Marvel Comics. So I just wanted this cool Spider-Man issue. It's like, kind of a, double checkbox for the old collection. And I mean, you can get these books still pretty darn cheap. And he's starting to get there's some rumors that Speedball is going to show up. I'm not sure if it's Disney Plus or possibly in the MCU before long. I don't know if they're going to kind of like do another Civil War because we had the Captain America movie, but it's going to be interesting. And a lot of New Warriors characters are interesting spec for the MCU down the road, as I think everyone thinks they're going to go younger in the MCU. So I say grab this. I don't think you need to grab a slab. I think you get a nice copy for about $10 still. But I don't know. I think way back when this cost me about what it would have cost to get it graded. So it was like a $30 book. So why not get the slab at that point?
Yeah, I've got it in a box over there. Paid $1 for it a long time ago, at least a year ago, if not longer. And, probably not as good condition as yours, but good enough for me. So, yeah, I think it's still cheap, but I think you're right. He's definitely rumored to be coming at some point soon. So get it now. All right. And then to sort of dovetail with my last book, the ASM 312. So here we go with Dark Avengers #1, and we've got regular cover. We've got the Midtown Comics variant. And I think I showed at least this one during a haul video a while ago, but had to pay a little bit of a premium for the limited run of this cover. I just love that Iron Patriot. But again, you've got Norman Osborn as Iron Patriot. So, sorry, just had a little camera malfunction there. So yeah, this book, if you've got, Norman Osborn coming, what are they going to do with him? Is he going to be part of the Dark Avengers? Is he going to be Green Goblin? To go with the Falcon Winter Soldier, you've got Val there, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Is she behind the scenes putting together Thunderbolts? Is she putting together the Dark Avengers team with US Agent? We don't know. So again, it's possible it's going to be the Dark Avengers. So that book is worth picking up, I think, for multiple reasons.
Yeah, man, absolutely. See, as promised, should we bust out some artwork?
I'm just doing a quick shout out to this. This just came out very recently. So again, Spider-Man, this is the current thing, and you might want to go grab this too. This just came out last week. Spider-Man 70 and Legacy 871. Haven't read it yet, but this is the start of the last story arc by Nick Spencer. This is the prelude to the Sinister War, which is like the two factions. I think it's Doc Ock on one side, and again, I haven't read it yet, but it's I think this Savage Six and the Sinister Six kind of going to war with each other.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm interested in that storyline. We'll see what they do. So
yeah. So that's it. So yeah, why don't you show off the goods?
Well, doesn't that just segue perfectly? It's like we planned this out, folks. So excited to get back to conventions. So we're gonna probably do an episode at some point, but a little jam piece I put together over 5, maybe 6 years. So we got Spidey in the middle by Ryan Stegman, and trying to get pretty much most of the Savage Six and the Sinister Six all over the place. So probably
I drew at least like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah, we'll throw this up on Instagram, but excited to get back, get some sketches, get some stuff going, and I don't know. We'll see what everyone's charging and things like that for things, and how everyone feels about kind of interacting with one another. But I'm just excited to get some sketches again, get some autographs, and just talk to the creators. These guys. It's interesting to hear how they think and what they like to do with your favorite characters, and some of it's great.
Yep. Yeah, and mine's not as impressive as yours, but I still love it. It's shout out to Scott Hanna. So a few years back, actually several years ago, he did a storm for me on an X-Men jam piece that I'll show probably in the next episode. But for right now, the first Spider-Man Spider-Verse show episode we did, I was talking about my love for Ultimate Spider-Man. So he drew this for me, and just love it. Still haven't gotten it framed, but it's very cool. Just excellent work by Mr. Hanna there. Huge shout out to him. And I might as well. We did a symbiote episode a long time ago. Never showed this off, I don't think. I don't think I did, but if I did, I'm doing it again. But really quick, we've got the Mark Farmer did a little Venom there, and I think it's really cool. Again, one day maybe I'll get these actually framed, but the wall space is a premium. I've got a lot of stuff up there now, so yeah.
No, I'm trying to figure out what to do with this double page splash. Seemed like a great idea at the time. It came out awesome. I'm trying to figure out how to get it on the wall without ruining it. And you see, I got a couple bonuses here for the fans, because saying Doctor Strange is definitely in the new Spider-Man movie, and we don't know about Scarlet Witch. But as I was going through my artwork, so I did find a Joe Quesada page from, I believe this is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and this is from the One More Day storyline, as the marriage. Spider-Man and Mary Jane's marriage dissolves as Spider-Man, and interacting here with Doctor Strange. He's pleading with him to help him, save his marriage, more or less. And what does that mean? What happened to the marriage? Mephisto happened to the marriage. So we, still going strong. Mephisto spec. It's gonna happen. So we all saw the stained glass in WandaVision, and we saw stained glass in Loki, and it's just a matter of time until they materialize this guy, and you're gonna get Satan in the MCU. It's gonna happen. So buy your Silver Surfer 3s. Keep investing.
So kids, you at home, leave us some feedback down below. Let Chris know what the Vegas odds are for Mephisto showing up in the MCU in the next 12 months.
It's coming. It's gonna happen. Next big bad.
I mean, I guess so. When you know, they at some point, I guess all these characters, the Disney is not going away. They're just celebrating what Disney World's 50 years. They've been around for over 100 years, I think, or around 100 years. I mean, they're yeah, you know, they'll be around for 100 more years, and at some point, they're going to go through every freaking character. So I agree. Eventually, at some point, Mephisto will be there. By the end of this year, I don't know, but you know, we'll see. It's on my
You're right.
list. Yeah. So yeah, so that's I think that's pretty much it for this episode. Any parting words of wisdom?
No, come on down, Silver City Con, man. It's gonna be great. You know, we haven't been out to really look for books in a while. The shows are just starting up. I think we're one of the first ones. I think everyone's gonna be, you know, just pleasantly surprised. You know, you buy off eBay, you get killed with fees. We are gonna have books you can hold, you can flip through, you can smell them. You can just go through long boxes and just, you know, just hopefully maybe beat the dealers to spec. Everything we like doing, you know, just kind of going through, making deals, and it's going to be a good time, man. We're going to have good food on top of everything else, and it's going to be just getting back to normal.
Damn straight. It's going to be awesome. Good food as well. That's just an added bonus. But yeah, no, it's going to be great. We'd love to meet you guys. So if you've been a subscriber for a while watching us and you're you're at the show, please, you know, come up, talk to us, you know, let us know, share some anecdotes, you know, let us know what you like, what you don't like, what you like to see on the show as well. And, you know, we're happy to get your feedback too. And we love doing this. We love doing the shows. Yeah. And, you know, we're going to talk about it. We'll do an episode soon, too, talking about how the show went, what went right, what went wrong, and what we're going to do to maybe improve it for the next show for you guys next time. But until next time, stay safe, stay nerdy.